Hey, I'm Sophie K, and this is Knotfest at Wacken 2022. So you are playing Wacken tonight. We're right here at Wacken. Let's have a little bit of a catch-up about what the band's been up to at the moment.
Yes, please. Well, yeah, like we've been around since I guess 2013 or 14. We put out our first record back then, and since then I think we just recently released our fourth album, July 15th, via Metal Blade Records.
And that's Pain is Forever.
Pain is Forever, and this is the end. That's correct.
That's an amazing title.
It's an amazing world. It's an amazing time to be alive that makes you want to call your records like that.
So tell me, what was it that, there must be many things that inspired that, but what was it that inspired that title specifically?
Well, recording this album, I'm not gonna lie, was a total shit show. I hated every second of it. Like, for real, I'm not even kidding.
I love your honesty.
Maybe, am I too German right here? Is it too
I
honest?
love it.
Yeah. It's just I hated everything. I did not enjoy a single minute. Writing the songs was horrible. Recording them was even worse. I got myself hurt 3 times, ended up in the hospital, got my ACL torn, got my meniscus torn, and now you wonder how you pull that stunt when you record songs or rehearsing shit like that. I don't even have an answer for that. I just managed it. I think this is the problem with Germany. You know, we met at the end of 2020 in order to get back together and write material for a new album. And at the end of the very first rehearsal night, I slipped in a supermarket here in Germany because it was cold and icy roads and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. Did
it just feel almost cursed, that kind of lead up?
I don't like to use that word, but it felt like, Pain is Forever and This is the End. It started to be like some sort of a cynical working title. You know, what artists do, they have working titles for songs and records and movies and whatnot. And after a while, it turned into some sort of bitter reality more and more. And at the end, I was like, the band almost split up over it. I was in a deep, black, depressive hole because everything sucked so much. And then for musicians, we play live. This is what we do. And due to COVID and shit, we haven't been playing for 2 years. And but it's over now. The last show before pre-COVID, we played at Mexico City, which was a blast.
Wow.
It was so nice at Doomfest. And then COVID hit. And then the first show after that was Northwest Tower Fest, just recently in Seattle, which was beautiful. And now,
how long ago was that?
I think 3 weeks or something.
Is that all?
Yeah,
wow.
And now we're already at Wacken with you.
Gosh.
And you.
What was that feeling like, walking out on stage for being back again?
Here's the thing, I just talked about that. I could say something cool right now, but in all honesty, frankly, I'm usually, when it comes to playing shows and stuff, I'm not nervous. I'm more like, I'm excited in a nice way. I want to go out there and prove myself, and and almost in a fight and flight mode. And I've always been team fight.
Yeah.
And this time, I'm a little nervous, to be quite frank. It's just weird. You do this fly-in show in Seattle with a rental backline where you don't know the crew and whatnot, and then you come to Wacken, the biggest metal festival in the world, or whatever, one of the biggest, I guess. And it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is an emotional roller coaster. And the way you've described yourself, it's got me thinking of do you remember those cars when you're a kid and you pull them back and they go and you let it go and it goes. That's how I'm imagining you going out on stage.
Yeah, But bottom line is, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to play new songs, and this is what we do, and this is what we've been doing best. Just go out there and fuck shit up. I'm allowed to say that stuff.
You can say whatever you want.
Fuck shit up.
You are a rock star.
Kill, destroy, fuck shit up.
There we go.
That's what we do.
So you actually live in the US now, don't you?
I do.
But then you're from Germany.
Oh, absolutely.
So what would you say are the differences between the metal festivals like Wacken compared to the ones in the US?
Well, I've never been to any big festivals yet. I have, unfortunately, never, for instance, have been at Knotfest, But I think there's more similarities, is that a word, than there's differences, you know, because like, as you know just as good as I do, the metal crowd is the most chill, the most nice people you can think of, and it's always beautiful. It's so easy to make new friends, even if people don't know your band, they stick around, watch your set and stuff like that. It's so easy to make new fans, and it's beautiful. I like it a whole lot. So in the US, it's I think the core is pretty much the same.
Wow, I love that description. What would you say it's like for someone who's watching this right now and maybe hasn't been able to get to Wacken? How would you sum it up, what it's like out there?
Well, it's the third time for us. We played 2015, 2018, and 2022, I guess. It's a madhouse in a good way. It's like 100,000 people, I think. It's crazy. I would never, ever, and I mean it with all honesty, would go here this is way too crazy for me. But it's wonderful being on stage and play to all these people, but I just don't have what it takes to party like 3, 4, 5 days like they do. It's pretty much the craziest thing I've seen in a while.
And it's great because there's people of all ages out there. Like you get the kids and there's grandmas out there.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just like how it's like a twilight zone. It's in between. It's just like regular rules don't apply for a few days. I don't want to talk like it sounds a little bit like hippie shit. I don't mean that, but it's just nice. It's like a positivity out there, and I appreciate that.
It's true. There's something really weird about leaving a festival like this and going back into the world, and you're like, wait, not
I wish
metal?
the world would be more like this.
Yes, there'd
because
be less
I
problems.
get paid out there in the real world.
So, give us a summary about what's coming up for the band and what we've got to look forward to.
Well, after 2.5 years of COVID, we're taking things a little bit easy. I know bands left and right, they're booking tours like fucking crazy. But here in Germany and Europe, things are still, that's a huge difference between the US and Europe, for instance, especially between Germany and Europe, Germany and the US. People are way more still careful here, you know, like about the whole COVID stuff and whatnot. People are very hesitant to buy tickets here in Germany. Like, and everybody say, hey, Rammstein is sold out. And yeah, big fucking news. Yeah.
Yes.
But, you know, but for bands like us who like do this for a living and have to tour in order to make money, it's a huge difference. The climate is not the best still. So we're taking it easy. We're going to play some shows here in Germany. We're going to go to Copenhagen, fly to, to Istanbul, Turkey, maybe to London, you know, and then get back on track slowly. You know, before we have been booking so many shows like within the last 12 months, and so many shows already got canceled again. I'm kind of sick and tired of the disappointment, you know. Right. So you know, I'm, as most of us Germans are, we are like always hoping for the best and always prepared for the very worst.
I like that. I like the outlook. What would be your goal for the band in years to come? Like, what's your goal in your heads?
Stay friends, I guess.
Okay. I mean, that's actually a big thing for bands.
Yeah, it's like Irinch and I, we know each other for 25 years. Yeah. And we've been friends for 15 years before we even started being in a band. And being in a band as your main job, touring the world and whatnot, it all sounds great, but it takes a toll on your personal relationship sometimes, you know? It does, yeah. And I think that's, of course, it's not like, don't get me wrong, there's no trouble in paradise or whatnot. It's just like, this is more important than any so-called success or whatever you could have with a band, because so far this is more than I've ever dreamed of in my wildest dreams. We've been to Japan, South Africa, Russia, all over Europe, the United States a few times, Mexico, Iceland. This is insane, you know. This is like for a guy with a punk rock background, it's more than I could ever thought of, you know.
Which place was the biggest culture shock for you, where you were like, wow?
Oh, Japan is pretty crazy.
Really? Yeah. Like, I've never been. Tell me about it.
Well, the people are just so polite, dude. Like they start a mosh pit, and you have the feeling like they excuse to each other all the time whenever they smash into each other, and then you play your heart out, and then they give a round of applause. And then there's silence.
Wow.
Like no one would ever like scream in between or yell or anything. It's very polite and well-mannered.
Wow.
Yeah. And they have, but it was beautiful, you know, and also like Mexico was crazy. That because the people are so passionate out there, you
Yeah.
know, and meeting those kids literally on the other end of the world who for some weird reason have your album, that's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But like I said, same with Wacken, people who like this kind of music and play these kind of shows, they all pretty much have the same kind of attitude pretty much. And of course you meet assholes around you every day, everywhere pretty much, and so do you do that in a so-called scene as well. But it's rare that I played a show and it turned out people who came to see in particular my band were assholes. It just doesn't happen a lot.
You attract
Which
good
is
people.
which is great, because I know that's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Especially like when you play a certain kind of music, you know, everybody thinks it's got to be a tough guy thing, you
Yeah.
know. But we don't have a lot of fights and shit going on. It's nice. It's well mannered as
You
well.
don't want that for your audience.
No, I don't think so.
No. Fair. Okay, well, thank you so much for
Thank
chatting to
you.
us here at Knotfest, and we'll catch you again soon. We're big fans.
Yes. Oh man, thank you very much. And for everybody's listening and watching, thank you very much. Check out our latest record, Pain is Forever, and This is the End. This is Mantar from Germany. Erotic music from Germany.
That was a better outro than mine. Are you trying to steal my job?
Yeah, that's it. The guys didn't dare to tell you that yet. All right, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now leave. Don't take my job.
Okay, I take the mic though. Never give something.